Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any comments or whatever feedback?
Yeah,
that you have?
this 2001, I think we started in 2003.
Yeah, I got this from this Jeff. I was thinking about today. I got this from this Jeff document we received actually. So they also.
Yeah, because I think the first project that was approved was in 2003.
Okay.
We might also tell them.
So this presentation was designed to explain about UNIDO portfolio, correct? Because it is the agenda.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
So
changed it a bit.
just for people here, it's not designed to explain what NIPA update project
Yeah.
is. It's more on high level in the beginning of the workshop, where the high level political people are here, and then that is what the presentation she has to deliver in Zambia next week. So if you have any comments on how she should present, improve, not, I mean content of course, but I guess here I'm interested more on how she can improve her presentation skill.
I would like to make a few suggestions. I think you are trying to address this for the specific NIP review and update in Zambia, right? And then the title of the presentation in general is NIP review and update. I would suggest that you try to focus on the certain agenda points that lead you to these final slides, but in a better way, more logical way to say something. Maybe you have to get rid of something that is not really needed there in the presentation, and maybe to reorganize a little bit things. I would suggest, for instance, an agenda where you first talk about the POPs, because the POPs and the Stockholm Convention are the things that really originate all this. And then maybe finalize this first point by
You should write,
telling about the Jeff.
or somebody.
Maybe
Next
I can
record.
give later this. And maybe later on to talk about Jeff involvement. And then the second point, maybe talk about the UNIDO's involvement in all these processes, essentially since the Stockholm Convention started, or even before. Then maybe a third issue, you just talk about the UNIDO's portfolio, general portfolio on POPs. And then you can land on the enabling activities, and more specifically on this NIP review and update in Zambia. And then maybe I think you have just said all the elements that you need for this workshop.
Thank you.
I think it will also be helpful in the beginning, maybe you have one slide on the overview of your whole presentation. So you sort of lay out what you're going to cover, and then you will have a sense of the outline.
Yeah, I think it's a very good presentation actually.
This is the first time I tried to use this tool, so it's
It's like,
It's nice, it's
it's
different.
nice,
Yeah.
it's different, yeah. And the use of video is very good, you know, in the very beginning. I think Maren can deliver for everybody already in all this NIP update inception workshops or inventory workshop. Like Alfredo, I think it just needs to be more sort of focused, like if you go to some areas of your presentation where you had the logos of the Stockholm Convention and UNIDO and greening the skin all, and then you were actually talking about them, I would wish to have a bit of text there, because for me the whole slide didn't mean anything. I see photos or pictures, but just to emphasize your points on what you're talking, because the things that you were telling them is very important, but I don't see them in the context of your presentation. And then at the same time, put more logic to the presentation, as Alfredo suggested. I think they're good. And if you can, you said that, you know, we have quite a good portfolio based on the Jeff information. Maybe just a bit of which ones amongst the projects that we have would have like a good share of that portfolio. we don't really need to emphasize that UNIDO is doing so much, but we're a partner of the Stockholm Convention in this one. And then there's no need also to say that the timeline that you presented is a result of the evaluation. There's no need to tell them that, because this is what really happened, and they might say why we are being evaluated. So anyway, and then UNIDO as an implementing agency, I don't think it happened in 1990s. Maybe
Yeah, also I got this from this document, maybe. You could check
maybe if you could.
First we were implementing and then it was.
No,
first
we were
executing
and then we were
maybe executing was the
We were
first.
executing in the 90s,
Yeah.
and then back in 2004, I'm not sure of the date, but we have some document there. Just check on this. And then, did we really have just 43 countries for the original NIP? I thought it was like 50 or
50.
more.
what I
More
found
than
in the-
But we can check that out.
And then just check also the figures. And maybe this is the beginning, no? This is like the initial presentation. Maybe more on UNIDO. I mean, of course you focused on the Stockholm Convention unit and what we're doing. But I think more than what we're doing, I think we need to emphasize what UNIDO is doing in the whole context of what the Stockholm Convention unit is doing. So they know more of UNIDO rather than the Stockholm Convention unit. But it's a very good presentation.
What I learned, I think, this are the only, the sad thing is these are the only two videos I found about the Stockholm Convention.
Don't worry, we'll have more of this. So
Yeah, it's good to, I just encourage you to, present all your project, and I think it's kind of missing. I found other agency, I found everywhere UNDP, this project, we have China and Macedonia, so it's something
Just,
for you, but I found.
for the information of everybody also, I'm working now with Rami and Fukuya on production of videos and information materials for the whole unit.
Yeah.
Not only for our projects, but for the whole unit. But, and then, I don't know if it's just me, Maren, but for me, you speak really fast. I mean, maybe it's my Asian ears, but I don't know. And this is the same observation that the Asians, remember during the Bali meeting, also said. So maybe if you could emphasize points, it's good to emphasize points. I mean, all the things that you're saying were very good, very informative, but maybe at some point you try to catch their attention by emphasizing things. Maybe through your PowerPoint, like just coming from nowhere and being there, but just that. But overall, it's like the one voice something here, Do you know the voice audition, or like American Idol or something?
In front of the mirror.
Yeah, but it's good. It's good. It's good.
Okay.
Thank you for the presentation. I have some comments on the form, not only on the substance. The first, what is Fredly? Fredly,
Yeah.
on all the slides.
This is our
This is software.
software.
Can you remove it? Because I mean, when we do a PowerPoint presentation, it's
I
written
was not
PowerPoint.
able to. Maybe I can cover
I think
it.
if you pay, I think.
Yeah, if you buy the software, I guess.
And then the police that you are using is not the same on all the slides. And this one, I like it, but if you are going to, I saw it already on websites that are selling shoes made of recycled material, like small companies that are trying to give a friendly feeling and things like that. And it's not really formal, so depending on the audience, you may want to adapt the police. And also, we had a lot of slides, and sometimes, since somebody was helping you going from one slide to the other, they went forward, backward, and then with this tool we go upwards and down. So I think for me it would be good to try to reduce the number of slides, or to stay longer on one slide and then move to the other, because at some point it was really going fast, up and down, and left and right. So I think you should control the
Yeah.
slide. And the final thing, the videos were really good, but I had some difficulties to understand. So
Yeah.
after, like,
I have.
it was already suggested, maybe at the end of the video you could summarize again the key points of his message, like, okay, POPs is persistence, long distance, transponder movement, and accumulating the body. Just even if you just say it, instead of saying like, now you know what POPs is, and let's go to the next thing, summarize again, because it's not easy for me to go from your presentation suddenly to switch to his American accent and back to you. So.
Okay. Great. Thank you. I think you might have more comments, but please give her later because we have to move on. Thank you for all your inputs. So you're representing Mercury. Yeah, so is this working still? Is it? I don't. Is it off?
No, it's off.
I think it's still